usually my matchup charts are a little more skewed, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are very, I don't know, gracious with matchup charts nowadays, and I don't fully agree. So we're not gonna have hard evens, and we're not gonna have hard evens. It's either gonna be I lose even or I win even, or even. But just because I got done playing pink, I'm gonna put Min Min. Where's Min Min? I know for sure, in my opinion, Sheik beats Min Min. How hard? I don't know. Low key, it's not +3. Music's probably a little loud, but we'll start with Min Min. We'll move Min Min to like, I mean, I low key think it's so free. I'll put Min Min in +2. Same thing with Marth and Lucina. I just think there are some characters where Sheik just gets to play neutral, gets to edgeguard them, and if things don't work out, then you just reset and do it all over again. I don't know. And I feel like Marcina and Min Min are in that category. I think Violet, low-key. Violet does blow Sheik up. Crom's terrible. I think Falcon's kind of bad. Even though I lost to Andric recently. I think Corrin can be kind of bad. Dude, do I really think all these are like that bad? They don't feel like, the thing is, they don't feel like even. This is like 55-45 to me. I'll see that. 55-45. 60-40. They should switch. Because I don't think 60-40 is bad. What do you guys think about 60-40s? I don't think 60-40 is bad. Ike Sheik is pretty bad. I don't know how to edgeguard him though. Let's keep looking. I think Lucario is losing. I think Mewtwo for sure loses. Yeah, 60-40 is doable. That's how I feel. Let's just organize my thoughts real quick. So I'm running into this issue lately where I play Sheik and I fight people that have really good auto shield / auto parry options. So that I can't pressure their shield as much as I want to. And Terry and the fighting game characters are actually in that department. Where's Ken? It's just really hard. I can't interact with their shield, and like camping itself is not that good, but they play so grounded that I can't anti-air them to put them in disadvantage. So that's kind of how I feel about those guys. Low-key, I think it can be pretty bad. But let's keep organizing my initial thoughts. I think Pichu's even because you can just run away from him. It's not like the hit confirms are too crazy. I don't think the advantage state is like too crazy on Pichu, because neutral matters a lot and you can just slowly just chip them out. Pikachu is a little harder. I think it is pretty doable, but Pika will generally just get a lot more than I will per hit. And Sheik's ledge trapping or like juggle disadvantage, I mean she can do really good, but it's really hard against Pika. So I'll leave it there. But yeah, recently I've been rethinking Shotos. I think Shotos is just really hard. You think 60-40 is +1? I don't think 60-40 is +1. What's the 1? This is like +20, right? This is more like +1 because you know you get +10 wins. You know, that's how I see it. Let's go from the top. Sheik beats Banjo. That's the thing. Banjo is a lot easier than these characters. Bayo is more in this area, in my opinion. She can camp her out, but it's not so bad. Bowser is a solid heavy. Bowser Jr. I think Bowser Jr. is just not that great. A lot of people think Cloud Sheik is really bad. I don't fully agree. I think edgeguarding Cloud nowadays is really hard. I think his advantage state's really good. I think his way to counter me by staying in shield's really good. If he didn't have directional air dodge, I think it would be really bad. But Cloud is not on that table. Pits, I think minimum is over here. Samus, I think minimum is over here, no matter what Samus. Sheik Diddy is actually pretty hard. It can be hard to hit him. You get good damage. His advantage stays pretty good. He can turtle really well, but he's not turtling with attacks. Like he has to turtle with banana or parry. So I'd put Diddy in even. Donkey Kong's bad. Donkey Kong's bad. Doc's also pretty bad, even though he kind of has the same moves as Mario, but Mario has a lot more bang for his buck, and it's a lot harder to hit Mario. It just feels like he can do a lot more with his stats in comparison to Doc. And then yeah, he just gets more per hit. I think Duck Hunt is really bad for Duck Hunt. I already put Steve down. Steve's just bad. If a character is really hard to whiff punish as Sheik, then I feel like it becomes a lot harder for Sheik. Either really hard to whiff punish or really good at staying grounded. So I'm not the biggest fan of both of these guys. Pika's not even like... Pika can stay grounded against Sheik. That's the difference, because Pika has good auto shield. I can kind of camp him out, but yeah, he just has too much damage per hit. Falco! I think Falco is winning for sure. By how much, I don't know, because I get hit by a lot of his stuff, and I explode. Edge guarding is nice, but it can still be pretty high skill cap, but I think for the most part, Sheik should have a slight edge on Falco. I think Sheik Fox is terrible. I hate Sheik Fox. I think Sheik Fox is the worst. Steve is pretty hard. If I had to put this in order, I'd probably put it something like this. I think Steve is pretty hard. I need more experience. I think Fox is kind of like pretty dang hard, and I think Pika's just hard. Not that big of a deal. Even with that, low key, if I move these two in a -2, I think Fox is just so difficult, man. And some of the other matchups, I think Sheik could lose. I think Yoshi's even. I think Sheik beats Wolf. I'm not gonna lie. I think Sheik Rosa is even at worst nowadays. I think Sheik can do well against Olimar, but I think it's a little hard, so let's put Olimar in -1. There's one other character I'm thinking of. Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers, I low-key think it's even. I'm not gonna lie. You just have to know the matchup and play like a degenerate. But it can still be pretty hard. Like, I think even Olimar can be pretty hard. It's just, these matchups are just incredibly lame. But I think it's doable when you get to, like, the higher levels. I think Pac-Man is also really hard. I think Pac-Man Sheik is a big reason why I do want a secondary. Because I feel like just his default game plan is really solid against Sheik. It's not, like, terrible. You do have a lot of, like, outs, in my opinion. But I think it is pretty difficult. I'm a big fan of Sheik Pokemon Trainer nowadays. I used to put it really bad, but I would say it's even. Sheik Aegis. I personally really like Sheik Aegis. I think it's even at worst. Because you have Foot Solid Shield versus Mithra and Air. You have really good ways to edge guard them. You can play neutral really slow. Mithra is just a demon, but you don't really have to worry about Pyro. I think Sheik beats Peach. Let's go back to the top so I can kind of go in order. At this point, they're all Echoes. I think Sheik Ganon is really bad. You should switch. Greninja, I think is slight Sheik. I'm not gonna lie. He can stay really grounded, but he doesn't have much to combat Sheik when it comes to neutral. Sheik Hero, I also think is winning. Sheik Incineroar, I would put in this area. Sheik Isabelle, I'd also put in this area. Sheik Inkling, minimum 55-45. Could be better. Up throw up air is Demon, and dash dancing is really good, but Inkling's disadvantage is really bad. I think Sheik Joker is kind of the same thing. Once you hit him, it's fine. Everything else is a little hard, but you get more bang for your buck, in my opinion. Played Rosa Sheik versus Mr. R at a grind sesh. Does Ramen know how to fight Rosalina? Does he know how to kill Luma? Does he interact when Luma's alive? That's all you gotta do. Kill Luma. If Luma's alive, don't interact. And then you just play advantage state. It's a timeout matchup because that process takes very long. But if you know how to kill Luma, fighting Rosa becomes significantly easier. If you don't know how to kill Luma, it's just like Smash 4. You're fighting Rosalina and Luma. You don't have to play fair. Like, nothing involves playing fair. You just have to know how to kill Luma. On Smash 4, Sheik had easier setups, so it was easier. But I'm just not that... Like, solo Rosa doesn't really have much to offer. Her ledge disadvantage is really bad. Her recovery is really bad. Vertical disadvantage isn't the best. It's only when Luma's alive that Rosa is a threat. So you just kill Luma. You just kill Luma the entire game, and if Luma's alive, you don't interact. But I used to think this was really bad because Luma would mess up a lot of combos, but you just don't have to play combo based. Same thing with like Yoshi. You don't have to play combo based. You just do nickel and dime combos, and then you just see what happens from there. Jigs is pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie, because you don't have any combos and they can rest out of combos. But I think neutral's really nice. Kazuya, I think, could be winning. I'm not gonna lie. I like Kazuya a lot more than I like fighting any of these three, as recent times have shown to me. These guys are just really hard. Up air doesn't work on them all the time. And they have really good auto parry options, auto shield options, and they kill me really easily. Kazuya has really good options in neutral, but I'm way better at neutral, you know? So I don't worry too much about Kazuya anymore. DDD is pretty bad. K-Roll is really bad. Kirby's pretty bad, in my opinion. It's just hard. Kirby doesn't have the stats. Kirby doesn't have the stats. Down tilt electric? No, you down tilt on reaction. You crouch. If Kazuya's on the ground, he just isn't electricking. And then if he jumps, you start air-to-airing him. Link is kind of annoying. He just has big sword. But you can edge guard him. I could see Link being here too, but I'd rather put Link there. Mac's pretty bad. Mac's pretty bad. Lucas is actually really annoying. I think Lucas is like really annoying. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually better, because you can't edge guard him. You can't edge guard him. Not as easily anyway, so it makes your outs really tough. He has really good buttons. He's literally a menace of a character. Like if Lucas was an adult with like adult limbs, I feel like he'd be so much more scary. But that's not the case. So we kind of lucked out. I think Luigi is definitely winning. Low-key, I'd put Luigi in here. I don't think he's that good against Sheik, because even if you get 0 to death twice, I feel like you can beat him off of every neutral interaction. But he does have 0 to death factor. I think Mega Man is winning. I think Meta Knight is winning. I think Meta Knight's winning a little harder, but let's put him here for now. I don't have the experience to say that. I think Brawler is winning, but he has a good win cons. You gotta know the matchup. Gunner, I still think is winning. I lost to Capitan Cito, but I think it's a winning matchup. And Sword Fighter, I don't respect Sword Fighter that much. It's really hard for him in my opinion. Game & Watch, I think, is winning. Mithra, if I had to place, I don't mind the Pokemon very much, but let's place the Pokemon and let's place Pyramithra. I think Squirtle, when you fight him, is even or winning. I think Ivy, when you fight them, is winning, and I think Zard, when you fight him, is even or losing. So I'd put Squirtle, let's just say I put him over here. Because Squirtle, it's really hard. He gets a lot of damage per hit when you do hit him, but you can make it really hard for him to hit you nowadays, and Sheik's combos are a lot stronger, so you don't really have to worry about stuff. But Zard, when you fight him, he's just spamming kill moves. He's spamming kill moves, he's really hard to kill, and he's really good at turtling, so it can just be really difficult. Of course, if it was solo Zard the entire time, that'd be a different story. But when you fight Zard, it is made with the intention to kill you. Left is more towards winning, right is more towards losing. And then I'll order the rest of this a little more. Sonic, I'm not familiar with Sonic. I'm not a good Sonic player. I think Ness is winning. I think Palu is actually a little harder when it comes to even. What's Cloud +1? I think Clouds are babies. They have amazing stats to recover. Comboing them isn't that big of a deal. You have invincible air dash to ledge. You have amazing advantage state. You have auto shield options. It's not like you're just edge guarding Cloud for free all the time, even if you're Sheik. So I think Cloud's putting Sheik is like really bad. I think they're just like, yeah, you know, I can get edge guarded bad, but it's not that bad. It's not that hard. Like low up Bs are really hard to fight. Air dodge to ledge, pretty hard to fight. I don't think it's that easy. And Sheik's really light, so Cloud's advantage state, Cloud's damage output, like he's crazy. I don't think Cloud Sheik is nearly as bad as a lot of people say. Like Sheik versus Marcina, they don't have as much damage output. Their recovery is still like pretty good, but they can't fight back. They don't have the hitboxes that Cloud has. And then like end of day, they also just don't get limit, you know? I think Sheik slightly wins. I think Sheik Sonic is really good. I just don't think I'm the player to do it. Is Dark Pit here? We can also put Pit here. I think Pit's in the same area. I actually don't know a lot about Piranha Plant, but if I had to guess, it'd be +2. Your Magic Chart has a lot more +2s. Yeah, it definitely does. But I'm gonna change this up a little bit because, for example, I think Zero Suit, even though I have Zero Suit and winning, I think Zero Suit's a lot harder to fight than, say, Banjo. So I'll change up the +1s a little more. Once I get everybody situated. And with that being said, Pyra's +1. Mithra is really hard. Mithra's really hard to fight. You think Zero Suit wins? I can see it. I can see it at the tippy top. But I'm still gonna say Sheik wins. See ya. It's just hard. I can't fight Zero Suit in positions that matter. If that makes sense. Belmont's pretty bad. Ridley's pretty bad. I think Robin's +2. I don't think it's really bad. I think Roy is really bad. I think Roy Sheik is like not good. I think Sephiroth's Sheik is also not good. But like this bad? No. That's the thing. I don't feel like Sephiroth's Sheik is as bad as these guys, man. I think Sheik beats Snake. I think Sheik Shulk could be even or winning. Let's put it more over here. What do I feel about Sheik Sora? Sheik Sora is not that bad, but it is really annoying to fight Sora. I actually don't know enough about Sheik Sonic. I know Rox does really good in the matchup. I know Sheik can do really good in the matchup, but I don't do good in the matchup. But from what I hear, Sheik does really good against Sonic, so we'll send it. I think Sheik does good against Sora, I'm not gonna lie. You can edge guard him effectively with Grenade. You don't have to worry too much when it comes to neutral against him, but he's so floaty that it can be hard to kill him. But I think Sheik beats Sora, yeah. I think Sheik beats Toon Link. I think Sheik beats Villager. I think Sheik beats Wario, personally. I think Sheik Young Link is bull. Sheik Young Link is so annoying. I don't play enough offline to put this matchup in winning. Personally. I think Sheik Zelda is winning. And I think that's everybody. Sheik Wario feels even. I will run away from you for an entire session, Ben. Do I think anybody here should move lower? I think Corrin as a character has gotten a lot stronger. Is optimistic. I don't think this is very optimistic, actually. Or is Fox -2? You can't camp him. You can't combo him. All you can do is edgeguard Fox. He outpaces you in neutral. He kills you in advantage state. He kills you in neutral. All you can do is edgeguard Fox. Roy should go down. I don't think Roy should go down. I don't think Roy should go down. I think Roy Sheik is terrible. I think Roy Sheik is terrible. If you don't feel that way, I get it. But I think Roy Sheik is terrible. What do you do for edgeguarding Roy? Anything. He loses to Needles. He loses to Nair. He loses to Grenade. He loses to Vanish. He loses to Bear. He loses to anything. No, I feel like a lot of these are a lot more +1-y the more I think about it. Who could I move? Villager Sheik can feel pretty bad, in my opinion. Low-key, Sheik Rob feels so bad. Rob's saving grace is the fact that he has up smash, but... You guys know, Big Boss is the only Rob I've lost to, and he's beaten me the last 2 times. What a goat. This should not be here. I think Sheik Hero is also really good for Sheik, I'm not gonna lie. Sheik Link is also pretty good for Sheik, I'm not gonna lie. I think Jigs should be here, I think Joker should be here. I think Inkling Snake should be here. I'm a Sheik Greninja fan nowadays. I think Peach should be here. Wolf should be here. Falco could be worse. Falco could be worse. I think the Pits should be here. I think Samus should be here. I think Bayo could be worse. Let's try ordering this. Zersu could be even. Zelda could be worse for sure. I think these guys are like certified 55-45s. Mega Man could be worse. I think Sheik Meta Knight is actually really, really good for Sheik. Like that good. So he's moving. I think Jigs is even. I think Lucas is even, strangely. I think Brawler could be, or Gunner could be worse. I think Brawler is here. I think Game & Watch is here. I think Ivy could be worse. Let's put Ivy there. I think Pyra's even. I think Ness is winning for sure. Not even in here. I think Ness is winning for sure. I'm not familiar enough with Sonic. I think Sora for sure is around this area. I think Toon Link could be worse. And I think Wario belongs here. I'm not familiar enough with Sonic to really know. And I think Zersuit could be even. Zersuit's the only one in here that I think could be even. What makes Zelda? Zelda, she can up B you out of shield at like 60 for doing a tilt or an aerial and you die. It's a really good risk. It's my favorite matchup with Sheik, Min Min. I love Sheik Min Min and I love Sheik Marcina. So these four right here are a little skewed towards my own preferences, in my opinion. Where did Min Min go? These four are skewed towards my own preferences and experience, and then I think Byleth in theory should be pretty good, but I don't have the experience, if I want to be honest. But I think Byleth Sheik is pretty bad for Byleth, but it's Byleth. Everybody in +2 or 60-40, I agree with. I think Roy Sheik is terrible. I actually think Falcon Sheik is a lot scarier than Roy Sheik. I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of Falcons hate fighting Sheik. But like, Roy Sheik is just not it. So I agree with a lot of these, pretty much all of them. I agree with these matchups. I just think you should not play against Sheik at all. I just don't think it's worth it. But most of these guys are like, it's not like really strong characters, you know. And then I think Fox Sheik is just terrible, dude. Fox Sheik feels so doomed a lot of the time. It's not like impossible. Like I think it's just the opposite of this. It's not impossible, but I feel like it's doomed. And then let's say Sonic ZSS could be even. I think Pichu is certified even. I think Diddy could be losing. I think PT in general is pretty even. Falcon general is pretty even. I think Yoshi could be a little more towards this side. Yoshi, Ices, Rosa. I think Aegis is even. I think Diddy's even. I know Gavin thinks Diddy wins, but I think Diddy's even. It's just hard, man. Palu, I have a lot more trouble with Palu nowadays than either of these characters. So he has a high opinion of Sheik. Oh, I know. Let's do this. 45-55. And then 40-60. What keeps Wolf out of 60-40? He can still keep up, and he has good damage, but I just feel like he struggles a lot when it comes to making the stocks matter. But if you've also played only Wolf against my Sheik, then I could see that. Steve is -2. You just can't whiff punish him. You can't whiff punish him. Fighting Blanc is hard. And his biggest gain comes from anti-airing. Haha, guess who likes jumping a lot? I think Sheik loses to Terry. I think Sheik FGCs could be a lot worse. I'm not gonna lie. I think... but in general, right now, I just have this in even. From Terry to Aegis, I know for sure it's even. I'd be fine with these guys being lower. I'd be fine with Squirtle being higher. And then same thing with this. I feel like Sonic Zero Suit could be even. And I feel like, yeah, anybody from Dark Samus and above could be in 60-40. Sheik matchup chart 2023. I am set on this opinion, but yeah, who knows? Opinions change. Don't take it personally. Looks like the matchup chart of a top tier. I agree. What do you guys think? I'm not gonna change anything. I've like literally thought about every placement. I'm not describing exactly why Sheik wins every single matchup and every interaction. But the general idea, Sheik is really strong in neutral. She gets a lot of her pluses from edge guarding, or maybe not edge guarding for every Sheik, but edge guarding, pushing advantage state, ledge trapping. And she can be really evasive, really hard to make it to where your hits matter. When it comes to the top level, Sheik has a lot of kill confirms, a lot of combo routes, to where it's just really hard to fight as an opponent. And with those strengths in mind, Sheik also has the weaknesses of she doesn't have very big hitboxes. She can struggle to kill in neutral with a stray hit. She still has stray confirms, but it can just be hard for the stray hits to work out. So if you have an opponent who can turtle really hard, who can be really hard to hit, who can get out of certain things because of puppets, double jump frame 1 armor, stuff like that, it can be really difficult. And Fox pretty much does everything Sheik wants to do but better. Yeah, that's right, it's Fox, not Joker, so please stop with the propaganda. And because of that, it's just impossible to fight Fox, in my opinion. But yeah, she's really great at pushing advantage state, and she's really great at smothering neutral to a basic point of I'm only going to interact with you to get you into my advantage state. Steve is just really hard to whiff punish. He's really heavy too, so the benefits of your kill confirms, like he's so heavy that it doesn't really kill that much, and it makes it just a lot harder to fight Steve. These guys can be hard to hit or to rain, but I wouldn't even be surprised if these, let's say these two weren't even. These three weren't even. I wouldn't be surprised if those three weren't even. If I want to be completely honest. 6'4"? It's not 6'4". There's no way. Can I post your matchup chart? No, dude, people still think that that's my matchup chart. You know? Because that's the last matchup chart I posted on social media.